welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to an extra special video on the channel today, because this Saturday, as Barça take on Almeria live from the Camp Nou, Gerard Piqué will play the very final game of his incredible career, and in today's video, we are going to be paying tribute to this legend of the club, and we're going to be going over some of the unbelievable memories that he has created here, along with as well the timing of this decision, and I'm sure it's going to be an emotional game. I'm sure it's going to be an emotional video, but we also have to talk about what this game means to Barca. It is a big game in terms of the title race, and we are still going to be talking about Xavi's expected lineup and what we can expect from this encounter. It is all coming your way. It is a special one as Gerard Piqué departs Barca. And today's extra special video is coming to you courtesy of the One Football app today. And I have been on there this morning, and I invite you guys to do the same. They're reading through the sheer number of tributes, their glowing messages towards Gerard Piqué and the career that he's had. The achievements are there and the incredible memories all documented there on the One Football app. Amazing to see, and I'm sure they're going to be continuing right up until kickoff in this game and certainly beyond. So make sure you're staying up to date with all things Piqué over on the app, and of course all of the latest Barca news there. You can get involved by downloading it using the link in the description, because I think when it comes to Piqué, guys, and looking here at the announcement, we spoke about it yesterday, the initial thoughts on it, and I think it was a big shock, and I think certainly all of us felt a certain way once we heard that Gerard Piqué was calling time on his career. I think in that moment it felt like a really big ending. It felt as though, this is one of the players that we've associated with Barca. This is one of the players who has the charisma. He's always spoken out, hasn't he? He's always been one of those that was not afraid to show his Barca colours, to actually stand up and say, yeah, this is my club, this is who I am, this is who I represent. And he's always worn his heart on his sleeve right throughout his time here. An incredible player, an infectious personality. And I think that is why ultimately this is going to be, no question about it, an emotional farewell at the Camp Nou on Saturday. You look at the way that, of course, his career here began. He grew up, he was born in the city of Barcelona, right in the heart there of Catalonia. And he joined La Masia aged 10. From the very moment he was born there, a Barcelona member, coming through the youth setup at the club. It's all that he ever knew as a kid. Barca was very much his life, but with Piqué, you can't forget, he did go away. He did go and experience life elsewhere. He didn't know if it was going to work out to Barca. He didn't know if he was ever going to have a chance to realise that dream. And I think at Man United, he grew a lot as a person. His character there, certainly, as he was taken out of his comfort zone there. But he did return. In 2008 there, when Gerard Piqué was brought back to Barcelona by none other than Pep Guardiola in a transfer there worth 5 million. I mean, what a deal that has worked out to be over these years that have then followed. What an unbelievable transfer. He went on to make his Spain debut then 1 year later, and ultimately, Piqué never looked back. That was the moment there where his career truly took off, where he truly achieved those dreams, and I'm sure he achieved more than he ever could have expected. And I think when you're breaking down the numbers there, when you're looking at the fact that he has been now in the Barca first team for 14 seasons, 615 games there in the Blaugrana colours. That leaves him 5th on the all-time list at this club. And certainly he's been somebody there who, for the majority, you've got to say the majority of his Barca career, he has been consistent. He has been somebody there who we could rely on, who we could depend on. Of course, the final few seasons, we're going to be talking about that, the fact that obviously it's difficult, it's very, very tough to keep up those standards. He's 35 years old now and things just don't last forever. But it doesn't change what happened before. It doesn't change the fact that he has 8 La Liga titles. It doesn't change the fact here that he has 3 Champions League titles at Barcelona, 7 Copa del Reys. This is a man who won everything. He simply conquered every trophy, every title, club, for country, you name it, he has done it. And I think certainly here we have to recognise a player who not only for Barca has achieved incredible things, not only for Barca has led the defence for so many years with such quality, but in football terms, general football terms, he will go down in history, not only at this club, but I think in football in general. Piqué is a real reference of what a centre-back could be. And to be at the beating heart of the defence of one of the best teams that we've ever seen in football, that won't be forgotten. No matter what, that will never ever be forgotten. Now you can see right here, the timing of this farewell, it's interesting. You know, it has been coming, and I think, to be honest, guys, we wanted it to come. I don't think there's any shame in saying that here, that we wanted Piqué's career to end in the right way. We didn't want it to go sour. We didn't want to see the scenes that we saw, for instance, after the game against Inter. And I do believe, guys, that kind of accelerated this process there. The fact there was a mistake from Piqué, obviously the reaction wasn't good, plenty of criticism there going his way, and then against Villarreal to be whistled at the Camp Nou by some supporters, not everybody, but some whistles inside the stadium. And I think in that moment Piqué would have thought, you know what, I don't want that. That's not the way that I want my time here to end. Given everything that I have done, given everything that I have achieved, I don't want my legacy there to be tarnished. I don't want to lose the incredible relationship that he's had with us fans over the years. You don't want to break that. And I think that is the reason why here and now he is calling time on not only his Barca career, but his footballing career as a player. And I think it's the right time. He is an extremely popular player there inside of the club, around the locals as well. They absolutely love Gerard Piqué, and I can absolutely guarantee you that inside the stadium on Saturday, he's going to get an unbelievable ovation. He is going to see there the Camp Nou rise to bid him farewell, appreciating the moments, appreciating the memories, and he will get the ovation that he does deserve. And I think what's interesting about Piqué too, I think we've always known it now for many, many years indeed, is the fact that this isn't really a farewell. This is very much a see you soon. And you saw that, by the way, in his farewell video. The fact that he said there, sooner or later, and then the camera pans on him, looking up to the presidential box, he said, I'll be back. And I don't think there's any doubt in any of our minds that Piqué will be back, that Piqué will continue his connection with this club, and in the not-so-distant future, it's very, very likely we will see him return. But of course, guys, one thing that I've got to make absolutely clear here, we've still got a game to play. As much as we do want to bid an incredible farewell to Piqué there and give him the ovation and the reception that he deserves, this is still a game we have to win as a team. And Xavi, he will know that only too well. He will, of course, want to give Piqué that moment, want to give him the kind of celebration that he needs. But at the same time, Xavi knows he's got to win this game as a coach. He has to get his team ready to win this game, because it is important in our season to keep the pressure on Real Madrid. We have reduced the gap there at the top of the league to just 1 point, and it does seem as though every mistake in this title race, it is going to be costly. We cannot afford any lapse in concentration here, any shift in focus ahead of these two final games before the winter break. And when you are looking at the official squad list ahead of this game, good news, very, very good news, is that Andreas Christensen, he's back in the squad. It's been a while there since he has been out injured, but absolutely fantastic to see him back there, a calming influence that we need at the back. Eric Garcia also makes it back in after his injury against Valencia, but unfortunately, Jules Koundé misses out. So it's a case for us here of we get one centre-back back in Christensen, but Koundé unfortunately misses out. So let's move on now to what the lineup may be and what Xavi will do coming into this game. Because in goal, obviously, it is going to be Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Then I think at right back, we are very likely to see Alejandro Balde. Bearing is not being convincing. We spoke about that very recently on the channel. Balde has been preferred in that area by Xavi. Played well there against Valencia. And that would mean then that Jordi Alba, very likely to play at left back though. Those two in the full back areas should be enough to take care of Almeria. At centre back then, I think Christensen, I think he will come back in. I hope he does. I hope he's ready to play from the start. And then the question will be, is it going to be Eric or is it going to be Piqué? Now, do you start Piqué in this game? Obviously, it's his farewell game. Obviously, you want to give him the best possible send-off, but at the same time, you want to make sure you win the game. So Piqué has to be in the right headspace to start in this one. I'm sure that he will want to be there, and I would imagine that he would be, and then possibly there'll be a moment in the second half there where Piqué goes off to receive his ovation from the crowd. Hopefully, at that stage, we would be winning this game. In midfield, I would hope that we would see see Frenkie de Jong in the defensive midfield position there alongside Gavi and Pedri. Let's see if Xavi will go for that midfield trio. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting for it. Let's see if this game could be the one where we do. And then in attack, and there's plenty of big decisions here that Xavi needs to make, because obviously it's going to be Robert Lewandowski there leading the line, back and fresh, having been rested against Pilsen. But on the right for me, it should be Rafinha. Now, I don't think Dembele should be on that right side for this game. I think Rafinha came in against Pilsen, played well, and he should continue in the team for this one. And then over to the left, I think the temptation would be to put Dembele over there, but I don't want to see him and Rafinha start together. But I also don't think that Ansu Fati has really done enough recently, so it's very, very difficult to decide what to do in that area. I would probably still go Ansu because he's more natural on that left side. He doesn't really cause an imbalance like Rafinha and Dembele does. So for me, I would try Rafinha, Lewandowski and Ansu. But what do you think of that team right there, guys? That should be enough, you'd feel like, to take care of Almeria at home. You'd certainly hope so. And do you agree there about starting Piqué and then taking him off for his ovation? Or would you bring him on? Would you maybe start with other centre-backs in this game and bring Piqué on in the second half for his final minutes as a Barcelona player? Let me know what you would do there in the comments down below. But as you can see right here, all of us Barcelona fans are expecting a win from the team this weekend. We are hoping it's going to be a convincing one. We've had some good rest now in midweek against Pilsen. Plenty of players there had a chance to freshen up, and we hope here that we can see a good display from the team and a fun farewell to the legend that is Gerard Piqué. Let's win it for him, and let's sign off here with a grand occasion at the Camp Nou. Please do let me know all of your thoughts and your reactions right now, guys. How are you feeling ahead of Piqué's last game as a Barca player? It's gonna be an emotional one, but all things must come to an end. As with this video right now, but I thank you guys for your support, for all of your comments, and everybody really, really excited for this one. I will see you after the game with all of the reaction. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.